Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sneak attack, surprise attack. I should be in the bed sleep, but I'm up. That's okay. We flow that way. We want to get the message out. We want to have a few things that I want to share that are on my mind. I was going to do a bigger show, but I'm going to save that for early tomorrow. It's already set up, but it's not out there. It's going to be very, very interesting. But I'm really disappointed in the place I was born in, and that's America. Not necessarily those who run America, but those who claim, and I say claim, that they built America. Am I saying that they didn't build America? Black people in America, no matter what the argument is, who deserves to be called American, who's not American, who deserves reparations, who doesn't deserve reparations, who's higher on a totem pole, but really everybody's on a sinking ship there. And I'm so sick and tired of the infighting and each fractured, because we'll never win fractured, but every fractured component of Black America is fighting against each other and beyond the shores. It's like a nervous breakdown. It's engineered, and I have to say, too many of us as Black people in America are damn stupid because you can't see the forest for the trees. Straight stupidity, but you can't see it. You refuse to see it. The Malt Network, welcome on in. I'm going to be a little harsh tonight. I'm going to step on a few toes tonight, but I don't care. I'm a gentleman. I'm polite, but I deserve a moment to air out my grievances. We built this country. Well, you did, but you didn't build a system that many of you run so hard to be in many years ago, pushing your chest out as though you're superior because you got yourself a little government job or you make a little more money than your next door neighbor. You built the physical system, but the system as it's working was not designed to uplift you. But many of us are too stupid to realize that. I understand. Many of us back in the day thought that when we moved into a white neighborhood or away from other Blacks that it made us better. Too many of us. See, we can't have it both ways. And then when you don't get what you think you deserve because you trusted the system that was created by someone who wanted to keep you under their foot. And you can march to the cows come home. They'll throw you a few crumbs to shut you up. And they'll set up so much to brainwash your mind and turn you into a zombie where you're still a slave to do their bidding. And now, what are we doing now? Hope rice, the only rice I F's with. And now we realize we've been duped. So if we built this country, we didn't build the system. If we built the physical country, why don't we build our own system? Come out of her, my people. Now, I'm not saying because I'm in Africa right now that I'm saying, nah, 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 you need to do like me. No, because people have their lives. We have dependent elders in our family. We have children to take care of. Special needs situations. We may have just gotten a mortgage or started a business there. Why would you uproot yourself? But you can come out of her. You can come out of her. I got my foot in America still. I do banking in America, but I also do banking here. My mind is expanded. But we're like little babies in Walmart crying at the checkout line, wallowing around on the ground because mommy didn't get me that ice cream and cookies that I wanted. But your mommy is the one who's controlling you right now. And I'm telling you, we're our own enemy. We have got to be like assassins. We have got to get rid of being so emotional. And I know it's hard because we know the system is not made to uplift us, to bring us together. And many take that phrase, I'm a proud American. Well, extend that line a little bit. I'm a proud American, but I can't stand my black brother and sister. We have no unity. You won't say that, but that's the way it is. Sweet Berry 32, welcome on in. We're too mixed up to get any ascension because we're like little kids, emotional. This is a war on so many different levels, and most of us don't even realize it. If we can't take care of our neighborhoods, which used to be communities, but in the word community is co and unity, with and unity. Yes, Giant King, welcome on and welcome home. Unbelievable. If the engine ain't working and seized up, how you gonna take a Sunday drive? Stop saying we built the system, but the system, or built the country, and the system was not made to raise us up. So what good is building the country? You claim that this is your land. I'm not doubting you on that, because the whole planet is our land. We're the first. We're the first, and we act so damn stupid. If we're the first and we've been here longer and we mastered everything, and the one who oppresses us got everything from us and turned it around on us, and we turn it around on each other. Because we want masses prize. Yes, we earned it. But you're dealing with an unfair, hateful entity who will smile while hating you, who will smile while plotting your death to depopulate you. And we're mixed up. They ain't gonna come here and get our reparations. Well, you know what? That man who you want that reparation from, he ain't gonna give it to you anyway. We are our own reparations. Us. Okay, you got over. We built the physical country, but we didn't build the system. What system are you under? That system that keeps you back? And they act like we all have a fair shot. You know, the glass ceilings that we have over us, we shouldn't even be talking about that right now. What about the glass walls between each other? See? Exactly, Malt Network. Most of the fighting happens between people who have egos and trust issues. Yes, we're all messed up. I know that. After all we've been through, we're all messed up. It's embedded in us. But it's like being shot in a non-vital area of your body. You still got to aim that gun and be a non-emotional assassin and get rid of the enemy. Get rid of the enemy. See, I know how to cut the emotion off, but I know how to use emotions for fuel. You don't blow up a nuclear bomb just to light a candle, now do you? That's overkill. So you've got to know how to use it bit by bit to fuel you, but not let it dominate you and take your mind over. And that's our problem. That's our problem. Too emotional and no unity. So shut up when you talk about the white man, otherwise known as the system. For those who don't know, I'm a white man. I didn't do anything to you all. Even though you enjoy the benefits of the color. We understand that. But all of that should not be on the table. We should look inward and correct ourselves and stop. And when I say complaining, I'm going to throw off on the men. I'm not even going to mess with the sisters right now. Men, I have never seen so many bitchy ass men in my life. Where are the Malcolm X's? Malcolm X laid it out many decades ago. Where are we? There may be some, but remember, with no unity, it ain't going to happen. G-Max Supreme, welcome on in. Yes, it's been a minute. Right now, West Africa time is 2:40 in the morning. I usually wake up 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, but I stayed up to get some more things done. It's okay. I'm gonna wake up swinging tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and come on online and do some stuff before I go out. It's crucial. We've got to rewire our minds. What we see around us, a lot of it is illusion and posturing. Like when you're in a boxing match, in a boxing ring fighting somebody, and the opponent faints, he acts like he's going to throw a certain blow because he wants to see your reaction. The enemy is scared of our global unity, and he is using every trick in the book to turn us in on each other, to fracture us. So not only are we fractured by status, well, yes, I graduated university, and these people over here didn't. They're ignorant. Yes, I have more money than you people, and you all are below me, downtrodden. Yes, I'm light-skinned, and you're dark-skinned, so I'm better than you. The white man accepts me better. We're still sick with this crap. I'm taller than you. My penis is bigger than yours. I have a better car than you. I dress in designer clothes, which we found out came from China. Cheap. They slap a label on it. I'm wearing the best leather from Italy, which really came from Nigeria. They will never tell you that. They're so caught up in their different statuses, but a chain is never stronger than its weakest link, and we don't realize that. Wow, 7:40, so much early. It's really early compared to me. Riri, welcome on in. Welcome on in. I'm gonna do a lot of shorter lives like this between the longer ones that I do, or the recorded ones. And this one, I'm gonna just throw everything. Just damn it, just go all out. I might be at the mall sitting on the toilet and go live. No, I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen. But it's sickening because I see our potential, but it should not be where I'm saying the word potential with us. We've been around the longest. We should know already. Our problem is internal. Externally, oh, we jump hard for Massa. We jump hard for his military. We jump hard for his jobs. We jump hard to sit next to him on the toilet. But when it comes to us, we ain't got no unity. So shut up with all this revolutionary talk if you have no unity. So you're going for this trick to divide us. It's like the old Star Trek episode where there was this entity, this little thing floating around like a little dot of light floating around. And as long as there was disruption and fighting between the Klingons and the humans on the Enterprise, that thing grew in strength. I don't know if you remember that one. And the Klingons and Captain Kirk of the Federation, they were natural enemies anyway. But when they discovered that there was an external force manipulating them to fight even more, they still didn't like each other, but they acted like they did and turned on this thing, and this thing ran away. We got serious mental, emotional, and spiritual issues to not realize what's working on us. And instead of whining and crying, and we have a lot of black men. I'm not saying all because I'm a black man also, right? I'm in another country right now, and I'm still concerned for my people in the place that I was born. Because even though I may be in Africa, I'm a black man entirely in the world. And yes, my bloodline comes back to Ghana. But I'm not turning my back on America. I'm not too stupid like that. You got everybody else coming over here, having a relationship with this country that's the future of the world, the breadbasket of the world, and we got ignorant. I ain't got no peoples over there. I ain't got no interest over there. Nothing but mud huts. You think I'd move over here with nothing but mud huts? And then you got turncoat YouTubers who 2 or 3 years ago were begging me, asking, "Hello, family. How can I get over there to Africa, man?" But when it's more popular to talk against it, you fell for the okie doke, and now you want to talk about people over here. Hey, YouTube, I ain't gonna say his name, family, but he moved over there, and he's gonna find out. Just wishing negativity negativity on people. The wind blows left or right, and we go left or right. With that Negro, I'm the one who helped him out early on with a lot of things. It'll turn on you. You get a little attention, get a little intoxicated, get a little applause, probably never got no attention or hugs in your life. And we'll go out for whatever it is that we think we need, and most of the time what we want. Yeah, that's right, G-Mac. Supreme. He said, I have a house full of damaged people. I try to show them how to overlook the moment. Yeah, it's sickening. So right now, if people are crazed with the slanted coverage that you see on these mind-controlled, engineered news platforms, they hide certain things and they show certain things. And right now, there was a young lady from some country in Africa, I'm not sure. And for those who don't know, Africa is a continent. Africa is not a country. Africa on the map looks tiny. It's huge. But they don't want you to know how big it is. They don't want you to know how young the population is. They don't want you to know that the corporate world all over the world is salivating to sink their claws here. Everybody looking at Africa. Jews in the Middle East, which is nothing but Africa, North Africa. But they change it around and was at the Suez Canal and break it off. And we should know. We should know the whole world. We're a global people, but your mind is corralled off into a little area where you're fighting over crumbs. If I'm sitting somewhere and I got to fight over crumbs, I'm moving down a few tables where I can eat a full meal myself. It doesn't diminish who I am. Heart Chakra 777. Welcome on in. I've been saying this for years. No unity. We stop caring about one another. We have. How are you going to expect the refrigerator to work and keep your food frozen or cool if it's not plugged in? There's no connection. How dumb can you be? I can't talk nice no more. I get some dumb emails, some dumb text messages, some dumb people calling me, cussing me out. Hey, family, he ran away. What did I ran away from a fight? What fight? Negroes in America are not unified to fight. You whine and march and have these fake secret rainbow flag waving people like Al Sharpton, who has corporate interest in boosting himself up. I knew he was a fraud. I was, what year was that? 1984. I was on Broadway in Manhattan. I went to a Chinese restaurant. Shouldn't have been in there, but in our growth, sometimes we do things. And in comes Al Sharpton with the cowboy hat, the big medallion, and a belly so big he should have been pushing a wheelbarrow in front of him. Sat next to me, was killing some food. And locally, we knew who he was because I followed things. I said, man, that's Al Sharpton. These hustlers. And there are people back in the day who I swore by, but I can't now. The government power and control runs deep. You have to think for yourself. You got to reason for yourself. You have to take time and explain things to people, and everybody's not going to be down. Yeah. Tighter than the pantyhose, 2 slats are small. That's a sight. But it's got to be that way. And you have to understand that everybody's not going to make it. Everybody's not going to come to that realization that we have to remove the emotions. We have to be on a mission. And we all have different roles in that mission. But we've got to be unified. And we should not question. Once a plan is made and you can reason with it, everybody from top to bottom. And I don't think anybody's on the bottom, meaning that we're a body, right? So don't we have feet? The feet's way down. Your feet takes a lot of punishment, y'all. But we need the feet connected to the leg to move us around. We need the brain to think. We need the arms to grasp things, to move things around. We got to be flexible. We got to trust each other's role. But too many of us want to be in the captain's seat. Them niggas don't know anything. I know better. I want to be the one at the podium speaking truth. We all understand truth. Sometimes those of us who understand it, who have different roles, need to shut up and be obedient and play our position. You play your position, I play my position, all of us win. I keep saying it. It's like the clock. Everybody wants to be the hour hand and the minute hand and the second hand on the faceplate of the clock, pretty in gold. But nobody wants to be behind the faceplate with the little tiny gears are working, making those hands move. See, we look at how pretty the watch is, but the hands on that watch and clock are not the ones doing the work. And too many of us want attention. Want attention. You remember the old channel? I used to bring everybody on. Sometimes I didn't agree. Almost 6,000 videos. They had to get rid of that. It's no problem. I'm going to keep on swinging. I'll do the same thing when anybody wants to step up and we vibe. I don't hide anything. If you're foolish and make a fool of yourself, that's on you. But we all have a role. But we still have the turncoats amongst us. We still have the coons amongst us. We still have those people who we believe in and feel. No, you have to be completely transparent. Look at Malcolm X. He died penniless, died broke, and had so much influence and didn't even concern himself with himself. And he had a family, daughters. And he gave his life. Not these damn fools, hit the cash app, hit the cash app, hit the cash app. Ifan Tunde. Come on, it's blowing up on him now. People getting mad. Why'd you put that little clip up about what the girl said Dr. Umar made him do? Because that was 8 years ago. Information I got some old information on different people from 10 years ago. But did I blow them up? Did I say anything? The whole world is doing it now. So I said, we put that clip up. I'm not hating on nobody. But I'm not going to unify with a traitor either. Because I'm transparent as can be. But for me, right now, I'm very disappointed. Exactly Heart Chakra 777. Every culture sticks together except our own for temporary gains. Family fighting family. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Unity, I will take over if we don't come together. Exactly. Families fighting families. But you want to complain about everybody else. Brothers not talking to brothers in life. And they die and now you regret it. Brothers and sisters, sisters and sisters, not talking. Negroes getting on YouTube talking about the righteousness of family and honoring your parents, but you refuse to talk to your father. Refuse to talk to your father. Even when he died. This is stuff that I know about different people. But you get on YouTube and talk righteous. Huh? There's things I've had to rectify in my life. I ain't perfect. I stepped on a lot of toes in my lifetime, and I admit that. But one thing, you don't see people coming on here with drama. Well, Lance, he stole $10,000 from you 10 years ago. It's all kinds of stuff put out there. It's crazy. It really is crazy to me. It is. Riri says, Lance, remember JJ and his partners used to sing that on Good Times. Love the show. Just like the Cosby Show, R.I.P., Power, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Exactly. Exactly. What we got to understand is how, like I said earlier, the men, the black men, stop being little bitches. Excuse my French. Stop being little whining, complaining bitches. You were the generals. You were the soldiers. You were the ones who, with your sister, built the country, but didn't build the system. Build and build a new system. You can step out of the system without having to step out of America. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. People are mad that I left the country and came over here. And guess what? I'm just as passionate about my people over there. And I'm going to call it like it is. You all are off point. All these different organizations to make you feel as though that was manufactured by the white supremacist groups. I got to bring up the video and play it. I can do it through my phone, but I don't want to risk knocking everything off. I'll drop that link tomorrow because really and truly I'm in bed right now. That's how I squeeze out the rest of the day. I lay here in my time thinking. I'll say a few words. So this is not going to be a 3-hour show. I just wanted to say these few things. What's up with the men? That's why the men are targeted. School to prison pipeline from years ago. We don't see it. You know how much time went by? We're watching this all the time in live time, and we can't figure it out. It's like an open book test. The teacher says, I'm giving an open book test. And you've already been studying. Now the book is in front of you. You can look for the answers, and you're still failing. The takeover of hip hop. I'll say around 1989, 1990, NWA and Luke and all the sexual things and the gangster rap. These small hats took that over and crime went up. Crack was already out for years, damn near a decade around that time, right in front of our face. But we believe in what they say as well as their propaganda. Prisons were filling up right in front of our face. Black men locked up. Seeing the videos before they were locked up, sexualized, the big booty black women. They walking around, testicles full of baby seed. They locked up in a cell with the next man who has an inclination to want to put his mouth on the next man's thing. And these guys going for it. Now we still have the AIDS out there. They're spreading that. It's all over the place now. Houston. I mean, it's all over. Atlanta, New York. It's out here. HIV is big out here in Ghana. It's still out here in Africa. It's so leisurely now. Well, you can take a PrEP pill before to prevent that. So you still sliding up in each other. I couldn't believe it. What was the term that I heard the other day? The HIV swingers parties, lifestyle parties. Whenever you hear anything about a lifestyle party, look into it. What kind of lifestyle are you talking about? Trenchie Garvin, welcome on in. Yes, I agree with you. Very stupid. Very stupid. Yep. Heart Chakra says, when you step out of the illusion, people call you crazy. When things come to pass, they can't look at you. Look you in the eyes and admit they were wrong. Right. Or they'll hold on to their viewpoint and want to argue with you and argue with you. Yes, because I saw this on CNN. Yes, because I saw this on Fox. Those platforms are engineered to keep you not seeing the full picture. And they're going to slant it their way. But it's two wings on the same bird. So look, people send me dozens of stuff, want me, pull me into arguments. I quietly erase them all when I see where I'm not going to sit all day. Because you got people who don't do anything. They sit on their asses, they can build businesses, they can do stuff, but they just want to say, rah, 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 rah. I don't want to hear it. I'm a doer. I had a very busy day today. And I still got a couple of creations put up. I did physical work around the house. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and do some things, and I'm still going to put up the content. I mean, a lot of people do that. I just like to express myself. But I'm always going to tell the truth. I'm not going to hold back. You're right, heart chakra. Either you're the solution or part of the problem. Maybe he says the people we thought was us because they look like us, but they're not like us, and they infiltrated our community. Well, you know, whoever has a certain mindset will give you certain actions that you can tell. You see a tree in your yard that you didn't plant, but it grows and has oranges on it. If they tell you it's apples, you can see what it is. That's why everybody can't be down. But then can you defend the people who seem hell-bent on self-destruction? Even that goes, that biblical scripture, come out of her, my people. You got to come out of the way of some black people. Just because they're black, they don't mean that they're for you. Yeah. No. Exactly. You know, and it's already too late for many. It's too late for many. They're not coming out of it. There's no way I'm 62 years old being taught a lot of this stuff from birth. I can overhear my parents talking. I'm asking them questions and they're telling me. And I saw it from men in single digit ages. You mean all this time we can't get it together? Look, you can get a D in class, but the teacher's going to whisper, if you keep getting D's and F's, that student is stupid. You know what I mean? But we can remember things. We can remember the crappy lyrics on some of the hijacked hip hop tunes, right? But we don't want nothing righteous. We don't have the discipline. See, I could put more words in the title, but it would have been a long title. You got to have it eye-catching on the banner to keep it short, to keep it with impact. But the discipline, which is more intense than motivation, you can be motivated quickly. That's a quick thing. That's like pulling out a match and lighting the match. The wind blows it out. But when you have the discipline to cause a righteous fire, that's hard to put out. That takes more time because we can talk the talk, right? We can talk the talk. But can we really follow it with sustained effort, with no emotion? Move forward, kamikaze, give your life to it. We're so caught up in the carnal, hedonistic things in this world. We can't discipline ourselves. We have no staying power that way. Some of the brothers can jump up in the bedroom like, yeah, I got staying power, man. I'll rock your world. But you can't change the damn world because you ain't got no discipline, no staying power with the discipline. See? That's why we talk about our penises so much. We ain't got a damn thing in our head. Girl, I'll rock you all night long. Yeah, I'm hanging down to my knee. But your brain is empty with no wisdom. No wisdom at all. You're better off with a little ding-dong man who got wisdom and discipline, who'll take care of you and lead you to the promised land, which can be anywhere physically. Where's our community? Where's our land? Many people, I built this country in America. Oh, it's a reparation. Look, even an insurance company, the company that insures your vehicle, you smash the bad boy up, it's a write-off. It's a write-off. I mean, they got to pay you something, but it's a write-off. Reparations in America is a write-off to me. We're sitting down focusing on that. But we could be doing something in the meantime. So, yes, if it comes out where we get reparations, I'm all the way over here. I'm coming back to get mine. My bloodline is split between America and the Caribbean, which is really Ghana before that. So we got all these different boundaries and barriers. Then what am I, a half-breed? We had this kind of ignorance before in America. Growing up, there are a lot of people who didn't accept me because my father was from Jamaica. My mother was born here in America. They didn't accept me. So I know what it feels like with this rank and file. I had next door neighbors who didn't like my father. Oh, Jamaicans coming over here with her. And he wasn't one of them clown Jamaicans. He was hardworking, straight alpha, straight sigma, a man's man, had his own business, got out there to work. Will knock your ass. I saw him knock a man out who tried to rob a store. I was a little boy sitting in the van, and this guy came in with a gun. My papa flattened him. So I had my superhero from the beginning. I know what the blueprint is to be a man. I don't know about these bitchy, whining men. I don't know where they come from. There's something in the food. Of course, you eat these old cheese doodles and GMO foods, and you got 14-year-olds who should have a rock-hard body, but they got bigger titties than women. Soft. Fingers orange from the cheese doodles. All the chemicals in them. Just want to sit on the tablet and computer all day. Go take your fat ass outside and play. Socialize. We're so messed up from, I mean, you have a table. And my father told me, you can have a table with 3 legs. But that's dangerous because if you remove one, the table is going to fall. He told me to have as many legs under my table. And he's not talking about the physical table. But if you have 20 legs under your table and 3 are removed, it's not going to fall. So you have to have skills. You have to have knowledge on multiple levels to see the full range of how this world works and how the enemy comes at us. What good is it to have a $50,000 lock and security system on your front door and all you got is one of those screw-in latches on your back door? The wind blows and it's rocking. They can get you any angle. You got to cover yourself. And we're all not going to know everything. So those of us who are knowledgeable, we need to reach out to each other and make it where we can't be penetrated. But there's always a sellout. And you got to be prepared to move on your own, even when you're around turncoats. Because the whole bill of the people around you could be convinced to go against you. Oh, I've been through that when I got out here in Ghana. Many of you all know the story. But I'm victorious because, look, I'm here and we're growing even more. So be careful of the ones who claim to be friends and even family around you, because they'll sell you out. But when you come back and you gain your strength and momentum, nothing to knock you down in the first place. And thank God for that when people show their ass and show their hand. Now, you know, they can't hide it no more. They can't do no Jedi mind trick and erase your memory like Men in Black. I think the government can do that, but they can't. So we're being rewired, manipulated, turned in on each other. It's like the white blood cells in your body turning against you instead of fighting outside forces that are destructive to you. We're imploding from the inside. This is the final chapter with what they have coming for us. We get AI that's going to take all our jobs. Could you imagine? They're making it seem like there's something good. And there's more stuff coming. They say by 2029, the CIA is using some type of super AI for their work. The surveillance all over the planet is going to be a certain thing. The digital finances, digital money. It's all about control. There's nowhere to run except to each other. And we're hating on each other and going at each other. If we connect, look, we got so much Chinese coming over here, UK people coming over here, Turkish people, Lebanese people, people from everywhere benefiting from moving here or doing business here. America's already chewed up. You get these ads, oh, the stocks and this and that, and make some money with this and that. They done hollowed that out already. That's like somebody handing you a bag of chips. Say, oh, I will give you the list. There's 2 crumbled up chips in there. You mad. You lift the bag up, ain't got no weight in there. Except 2 chips and some salt in the bottom, leaving you the crumbs. Why can't we think for ourselves? And we don't. Because the minute we have some fear mongering going on in the media, well, guess what? We run for it. We don't look behind it to see what's happening. There's so many things happening in the world right now, and we were so caught up in the whole Diddy thing. And what we think he was going to get charged for, it was all about exposing his twisted sexual preferences and practices. Now what? He was used for that. Of course, he's a puppet for the people higher up. That's how he has to pay back and distract us. Oh, you hear that dude pissed in her mouth. And they go there in the corner jacking off. Well, man, Cheryl, did you hear what T. Diddy did? but you don't really explore the world. You need to get on some of these message boards that are from different countries and talk to some real people who live in these different countries instead of taking your oppressor's word for it. Talk to everybody you can. Get a full perspective. Make your plan and make your move. But instead of whining and complaining, if you're not making a plan, I'm not saying you have to leave America. Look, it's going to come down to that eventually. It's going to come down to that eventually. America is not what it's supposed to be, and it's being revealed. Even the people in power will jet out and leave. If something jumps up over there, you think they worry about the people? They got their bunkers and their planes and places all over the world they can go to. Of course. They ain't caring about us. Let the niggas fight over their identity. You would think they know who they are right now. And you got people in the world going against Palestine who robbed our identity. And there's something. We don't get no reparations in America, but they get money in billions every year. Ever since they came into existence on stolen land. Like I said before, that place there with the small hats, they like that Negro that you let come spend the weekend on the couch. He said he might be there for 2 weeks tops. 3 months later, he's still there. Watching your TV, getting the pay-per-views, driving your car and complaining, ain't no gas in the car, but he's not contributing anything. You go shopping two or 3 days, all the food's gone. And America supports that. The handwriting's on the wall. America wants to support all of these wars, give all this aid, military equipment, all this stuff. And you can't rub two nickels together. Struggling. And all the money we spend in America, all the money we give to these pastors in America, we should be living high. And you got these Indians from India, quiet, and they don't like us, but they over there benefiting, doing the tech stuff and doing their own thing in their community. You don't hear them mad at America. They getting it, right? The Chinese are coming and the Asians are coming. They getting it. They ain't protesting. They get ridiculed and things said to them, but they getting it because they got unity. So don't be mad. Oh, man, these damn Chinese coming to my neighborhood, open up Chinese restaurants. Let's just bring it down to a low level. But you going over there and spending your money. You going over there and spending your money. So shut up. How stupid can you be? Dry them out. Don't go there. Don't let nobody. You don't have to stand in front of the door and keep people from going over there. They're going to call the cops on you because they pay more taxes than you do in your own neighborhood. And the business tax and this tax and whatever. They go talk to the politicians in your neighborhood when you don't go to these meetings. Because I experienced that in Orlando with Lawana Geltzer, my dear friend who ran for different offices, but she's involved in the political process. I know how crooked it can be, but they would schedule these local political meetings early. They get you right between the eye. Early on a Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. And most of us are waking up from a daggone hangover, or, some of us got to work, but these brothers on the street corner, man, they should be right there. See? And they mad when other people have an interest in gentrifying your neighborhood and you don't even know what's going on. Coming to the black neighborhood, offering a little bit of money for a dilapidated property. Oh man, you better go and take that $150,000, man, because that ain't a lot of money. You come back to the same neighborhood in 5 years, man, $900,000 for that property. Look, it looked brand new. So they bulldozed it down and fixed it up again. Do you ever think, black people, in the long-term plan? Do you really? You don't. You don't. Living for the weekend, living for the next party. And that's not all of us. But there's too many of us that are silent. Too many of us who don't even have at least motivation. That's dwindling. Let's get some discipline. Discipline yourself to the core in every area of your life. You won't have to worry if we march in unison. I'm not talking about going downtown and marching on City Hall. I'm talking about that unified heartbeat of a mission, of a goal that we all have. And we have to pool our resources mentally, physically, and spiritually. And we have to get rid of those who refuse to think this way. So you can have a gathering of 1,000 people and it might be 3 real ones there. But leave the 997 frauds scattered about because they just there just to relieve their guilt. This is why most people even go into church. They go to church because they're guilty. They're guilty on what they was doing on Saturday night. So they get up and go to church and they feel holy and they back doing the same thing Sunday night. Come on now. We know how it is. Binge purge. But over the years, look how, this is what I want you to think about. Look how many years this knowledge has been out there, even from some who ended up being fraudulent that spoke good stuff. Look at Umar Johnson. He's human. I'm not taking up for him. He speaks some good stuff when he's on point. But now we see what he's about. No discipline. None at all. He's in it for himself, the carnal pleasures. Like a cardboard cutout when you walk into the supermarket and you think there's somebody standing there. Ain't nothing behind it. Talk about the sisters and the sisters. Could you imagine? He's got to have babies all over the planet. Where's my Ghanaian sisters? There are 2 Ghanaian sisters that want to marry me. Where's my South American chocolate mocha, light skin, dark skin? It's out. He just want the money and he want them cookies. We'll just call it that way. He's crazy with it. Got to his head. It intoxicated him. The ego's out of control. People give me money and I got the perfect hustle or a school that's not going to be built. Like I say, I'm not patting me and Lancescurv's, shoulder and saying we better than nobody. No, but damn, it took some old middle class money, sold a house to build another one, and still working on it. At least something's built. If you hear the echo behind me, I'm in my bedroom in Africa. It didn't exist except bushes here. How can I take that little bit of money? And I'm on unlimited income and we're still doing it. Unbelievable. But this dude here, I'm not saying I'm building no school, but show some discipline and sacrifice. Tighten up that belt. There might be some things you want to do, but you can't always do what you want to do if you have an overall goal. Why can't we put the pieces together of who we are? We're suffering from the same enemy and we're fighting each other. Memorandum 46 in effect. And I told y'all a long time ago, they get these social media influencers to influence you. And sometimes, and a lot of times, they say some great things. But when the master gives the word that we need to support one faction of us over the other and create a civil war with each other, they got to do it. And they do it, and we fall in place. Mad Guns Forever. Miss D Nice. Let me scroll up. Landon Price. Yes, I have my eyes closed. I'm in the bed right now. I'm just chilling and talking. I said, let me squeeze more time. Because if I was down in the studio, I'd probably start nodding out and feel funny sitting in the chair and feeling tired. I'm good now. I'll talk for a few more minutes. And I had to get these things off my chest. Black people in America and even beyond, because there's ignorance here with the propaganda toward Americans, but they just don't know. And they're colonized over here just as bad in different ways. We're all getting it. And we mad at each other. That's like one man raping a bunch of women But all the women are mad at each other. What you mad at? You got the common enemy. Team up and get them. What the hell? I just don't understand it. And they work on us so hard in so many different ways. And again, you know, a lot of us, we came up in a crooked container. We're like water. We're going to take the form of that container. The pain we've been through, the trauma. But again, like I said, this is a war. And it's like we have a weapon in our hand coming after the enemy, and we got shot in the arm. It hurts. It's bleeding. You stop the circulation and wrap something around it, and you keep on stepping. Don't sit there and cry. It's time to rise up and fight now. We've been beat down by so many people, stepped on by so many people, yes. But I'm not going to focus on them. They doing their thing. Oh, the Hispanics and the Chinese. Well, what about you? What about you? So what? If you do what you got to do, you don't have to worry about nobody else. All the money we have, all the education and knowledge, we're in every single area of expertise in America, even when they hide you and don't publicize who you are. In the current day, that's not to mention all the things we invented. We are brilliant. We have it all, but we're so damn stupid. Stupid. Not even failing anymore. This is 2025. We are stupid. I'm not saying to anybody individually here because there's a lot of brilliant people in this chat room and people who listen. You know what I mean. A vast majority of us are straight stupid. I'm tired of it. We're brilliant for the massa, but stupid for ourselves. There's no excuse. I'm not even going to say, we need to wake up. We need to do better. Some of you are so destructive. You need to stay to yourselves and keep your destructive, divisive ways to yourself. I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, well, give it time. How much time we need? I got to be dead? I live longer than Martin Luther King Jr. I live longer than Malcolm X. I was blessed with that. I feel a sense of urgency within myself to do my part. But most people want to do that and pretend that for their benefit. You know what I mean? I'm not I got those things. If you want to help Brother Scurv keep things going and do certain things, but I'm going to do it on my own. We should be that concerned. When you live in a community that's beautiful and you go out and see garbage in the street, even if it's down the block, you have pride with that community and you pick that garbage up and trash or piece of paper or paper plate and put it in the neighbor's garbage. If we all had that mentality that we are one, that's why we have to be kept feeling and seeing ourselves not as one. Oh, I'm FBA and reparations. And like Brother Malik said the other night on the show that we do on Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, he said, which one of these FBA people can say they read anything? They speak out of a place of emotionalism. And that's how the enemy gets in on us, gets us riled up. Like the dumb little kids in school, elementary school, and other kids provoke a fight. Oh, you know what he said about you? He said, you got a big head and you a sissy, you can't fight. And then they go over to the other one and said, yeah, you ugly, you can't get no girlfriends. And he'll always beat you behind. And they'll keep whispering into both sides, and now they're jumping around because there's going to be a fight after school. And that's how they're doing us. And we're falling for that trick. Come on, y'all. Are you serious? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. But you know we don't look like monkeys. We damn sure act like it now. We act like monkeys. Monkeys are smarter than us at this point. They can discern and they can tell the difference of certain... Hold on a second, y'all. These birds land on this roof sometime, and it's kind of freaky. It's like, wait a second, that sounds like something coming from inside. But no, that's what it is. So we're beyond stupid. There's no excuse. And we see it play out slowly but surely. How they go after our women to try to use social media to turn the women against the brothers and the brothers against the women, men going their own way. That sounds so gay. Where am I? I'm not going no own way, away from my woman. I'm saying it that way. So what are we going to do? Be laying up somewhere with men? Only if we're plotting and planning something for our freedom. But men, like the woman's the enemy. Yeah, many of our sisters, they have their heads screwed up. And a lot of them have gone through stuff with brothers who were screwed up in their head that did them damage. So I understand. We have to understand how we got to this point. We got to understand how things happened. When you're dealing with somebody, you a cop, you arrest somebody high on drugs and they're violent, they're going to swing and punch and do all they can. They're out of their mind. You have to understand that. You got to subdue them. You got to understand how messed up we are as a people, but some are not going to make it. Some you have to leave alone and focus on those who want to do something. And if those who are lost realize they're lost, maybe they'll wake up. But they got to feel something on their backside first. That's how it works. Triage, y'all. I say it all the time. The EMS guy comes into the place and sees a stake, a wooden stake, driven in his leg. Oh, come save me, come save me. Hey, bro, I got to wait. There's somebody over there with their brain smashed out and their right leg is twitching. They're looking right at you, but they're on their way out. You can't help them. They're gone. But you see somebody else over there having a heart attack. The guy that has a wood driven through his leg and into the floor, he ain't going to bleed out unless he takes the stake out. But the one having the heart attack, he needs your attention more because your intervention means the difference between life and death. So we got to triage our own people and focus on the ones that can be salvaged and unify with the ones who are about it, even if you do it silently in your own way. It may not be where we have groups of people around us with the same mindset, but we have to do it in our own way. And we'll join it with those along the journey. But right now it's far and few between. See? And we have to realize that. It's written off like that totaled car that got in a head-on collision. And it's cheaper to just have them buy you a brand new car than try to fix that thing, which will cost so much. Because you know when you take a vehicle and take each individual part out, it's worth more than the actual price. It's not worth it. Some Black people are just not worth it. If you can't see by now, you're taking up space and live your life out. Be carnal, be hedonistic, have no discipline. Doesn't mean you can't have fun. In the trenches, when the bullets are flying over our heads symbolically, we can laugh and have fun. I have fun all the time. I was in here down in the studio blasting music while I was waiting to put up one of the videos to upload, and I'm dancing. Singing a song that I knew from years ago in the 70s and still don't know all the words. I got to go search the words and make sure. I'm always going to keep joy in my heart. It keeps me balanced. I'm always going to think about better days and know that even in the present day, we can extract some joy. You need that. That's good for your mental health. Find a reason to laugh. Find a reason to make someone else laugh. It's survival. Because that energy you give to that person might be a stranger. I have people cracking up out here. I can find the common denominator, even with those that many in America, oh no, they're Africans. And when something's off, I teach, I explain, I let them see the propaganda they've been fed. Say, how you going to tell me, man? I was born and raised in New York City. I can tell you about New York. Maybe I can't tell you about Louisiana, but I can tell you about America overall. I might not be able to tell you about Tuscaloosa or Chicago. It's something. It really is. And I'm going to close my eyes because if I stay up longer, I won't sleep. That's the way I work for some reason. I just never end up sleeping. But I just wanted to power out for a little bit. And if I can do this every night on the phone, you know, without being around all the equipment and the big production, I'll just make a banner and hide behind it and just talk. I'm learning my new camera, and soon I'll bust out. We get better footage and more footage and make you feel like you're there. I have a lot of things planned, but everything is working fine. And I want to thank you all. I don't know if anybody wants to come in for a second. I want to just run out and just, you know, forget that. They said, man, you said you were going to do that, man. Well, I'm going to do it right now. Let's see. Got to be careful with these phones. This phone, because I don't want to hit the wrong button. The buttons are so close together. Okay, let's hit that there. I'm going to give it a minute. If anybody wants to say anything, come on in. Can add to the flow. And if not, that's okay. Because I know folks are busy. You're probably listening. I got other things going on, but that's okay. So I dropped that link right there. Click that. And if you come on in, I'll let you in. But just find some joy every day in your life, because there's just so much tension, so much distraction. Always try to look behind what is put out there in front of you with the media. And their job is to deceive you and to keep the butts in the seat with their sensationalism and overblown stuff. It's a business. They choose what they show. There's so much happening in the world. And also, take a fast from that stuff. First thing in the morning, just don't get up and grab your phone and look for, you check certain things with it, but don't get on social media first thing in the morning. Have some quiet time to yourself. Have yourself to yourself. Love yourself. Spend time with yourself. Take yourself out on a date. Do something for yourself, regardless. You're independent. Look, even if you're married or what, I'm not saying don't include your spouse, but never lose sight of who you are. Take care of yourself. You have to do that first. Sacrifice when you can, but don't burn yourself out, because we have to think in the long term. Your enemy thinks in the long term. We have to think in the long term. You see? So with that being said, nobody came in. It's okay. Leave your comments, spread the word, share it, hit the like button, all that good stuff. We're going to keep on going. I'll be talking and sharing some insights. If I can bring a different insight, fine. If I'm just going to echo what everybody else says, I'm not going to do it. Life is too precious. Build yourself up mentally, physically, and spiritually, and we will be the winner at the end of the day. Even if most of us are stuck on stupid, we'll still shine. Hopefully that can wake people up. Much love to you all. Lancescurv out. Peace.